guys, happy Sunday, and we are going to be diving into our weekly collective reading. Got lots of decks out here, my charms and everything. But anyway, before we get started, if you don't know who I am, my name is Tara. I'm with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and if you want to learn a little bit more about me, go ahead and check out the information box down below to check out my website, www.kittensweightsandtarot.com. Hey, butterfly love child! Also, maybe check out Desert Cauldron, which is a little witchy shop we have, and also maybe Patreon, all that good stuff, newsletter. But yeah, so lots of goodies below. But hey, we're going to be diving into that weekly reading. So before we do, I like to cast an elemental circle. Just the purpose being that I want to clear the energy of the space using each of the elements and then bringing everybody in. And remember, it's an energetic circle, so it doesn't know space or time. So it doesn't matter when you're tuning in, know that you are within that space. Hey, Susie! Okay, so let's go ahead and light our candle for a bit of fire to help burn away any sort of negativity that need not be here. And hopefully this candle is still good. Oh no, I was using it earlier today. It may have burned down too far. Oh, no, we got flame. Oh no, I extinguished the flame. Okay, all right, we have fire. Alrighty. Well, it's in there. It's really small. Okay. And I think I just have to get some of the wax out of there. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and bring in the air element to just kind of whoosh away any sort of negativity as well, or anything that might impede our intuition. All right, so I have my little piece of Palo Santo here. Let's go ahead and burn it up. I was using this candle earlier for my little morning Reiki ritual that I'm doing because I'm going through my level 1 Reiki with my friend Annette, who is a Reiki master. All right, just nice and clear. Smells so good. Okay. Let's go and bust out that water element again, clearing anything that need not be here that will take away from our messages. All right, water. Liesel, hey, Liesel says, hey everyone, just made it. And Susie said, how cool. Yeah, I'm super excited. And yeah, Annette had come to me and she was like, you know what? So like, I think I need to teach you a little bit of Reiki. And I was like, yes. So I'm very, very excited about that. And I feel very, very fortunate. Annette's a good teacher. Okay. While also teaching me yoga, which is awesome. Okay. For the earth element, I have my Mesa sword tooth with a beautiful Ethiopian opal that I have inlaid in here. And we have one Mesa sword tooth left in Desert Cauldron. I don't know where we'd find more Mesa sword teeth, so basically it's, you know, very rare. So maybe go check out Desert Cauldron if you're looking for a little unique wand. But I'm going to go ahead and call in the elementals of each of the 4 directions. So starting at the north, which is off to the right of me. Calling in the elementals of the north to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the east to help us cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the south to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the west to help us to cast our circle today. All right, the circle is cast. Let our work begin. And so it is. Yay! Okay, so I have quite a few things laid out for you guys today, along with the question that you guys voted on. I posed 4 questions on the public poll on my YouTube channel, as well as my YouTube members and for my patrons. So if you're a YouTube member or patron, you basically get double votes because you get to vote in both spaces. Okay, for the decks that I'm using, I always have my Wallies World. So we have that. I'm also going to be using the Northern Animal Tarot. These are the backs, and I'm gonna bust out my fun little charms. You guys seem to love those, and I do too. So, and my Animal Ally Oracle cards. And while I'm showing off my decks, if you want to let me know what decks you might be working with today, let me know in the comments here. I'm also gonna bust out the Magical Herb Oracle. And if anybody wants a reading at the end of this live chat by using the super chats or super stickers, I have a deck that my best friend created. And so it's a nice little nature deck full of her photos and some stock photos and things like that. Okie dokie. So let me take a look at my list here. First things first, we dive into the Mayan astrological message. Oh, thanks, Susie. Actually, you know what? This was a gift from my brother and his wife for my birthday. So his wife actually picked out the little Hello Kitty zodiac. I thought it was like so cool. Okay, so Susie's going to be working with the Oracle of the Shapeshifters. Maria, hey! Okay. So the Mayan astrological message for today and this week, today is 8 Lamat. So if you are wanting to increase anything exponentially, today is the day, whether it be money, love, friendships, joy, laughter, whatever it is, today is the day to do it. So the number 8 is all about connection to everything. So it's our connection to the world, to humans, to plants, to the energies, and you're pairing that with Lamat, which is a very abundant day sign. It's all about the abundance and fruits of the earth and of the world and of energy itself. And so being that connected with everyone today and everything, if you're putting your intention into certain spell work, like you wanted to bring in more money for finances, or you wanted to plan a get together with friends, today is a great day to do that. So keep that in mind. All right, let's see. We have some people coming in. Astrid, hello, hello. All right, Butterfly is going to be working with the Velleda Oracle and the Transient Light Tarot. You know what? I haven't busted out my Velleda Oracle in a while. That is a pretty deck. Definitely. Annette, hey, you know what? I was just talking you up earlier, girl. Okay, and then we kind of mosey on through this week. And by the way, this week is under the day sign of Emish. And Emish is all about other dimensions, portals, seeing the world differently. And oh boy, have people been seeing things differently lately. Some people think it's connected to CERN, to the 7/7 portal, to just all kinds of things that humanity is going through right now. And so people are seeing, most of us see repeating numbers, but some people are seeing them mad crazy. Like every time they look at the clock, it's a repeating number. Some people are feeling synchronicity like crazy. Dreams are manifesting into the 3D. So lots of interesting things going on. People who don't normally see spirit are seeing spirit now. So the veil between dimensions seems very, very thin at the moment. And so it's kind of like everything is colliding and overlapping. Let's see. Susie said, Goddess Annette. All right, Liesel has the Everyday Tarot, Bridget Esselman, nice deck, all purple, white and gold. Ooh, connecting to that crown chakra, which actually I'm working on today with my little Reiki ritual. So I had the frequency for crown chakra, was drinking some lavender tea this morning. So lots of good stuff. Astrid has the Gaian Tarot, which is beautiful. I love the Gaian Tarot. All right, so continuing on with all the funky energy we got going on, we end, sort of end this week by starting a brand new Tresena. So by the upcoming Saturday, we'll be in 1 Ish. And Ish is representative of the jaguar. And usually when we think of jaguars, they're very elusive. They're kind of under the brush, just kind of seeking things out. They're very quiet. Their paws are made in such a way that they can move very stealthily through the forest. They also are not hasty to pounce on anything. They take their time. They listen to their intuition. They listen to the sounds of nature. They also listen to their prey, and decide when is the best time to strike. So with that 1 Ish, starting on Saturday, that brand new Tresena, what is something that you want to begin, but make sure that you take your time to really think it out, plan it out, and decide if this is the best course of action for you. So take your time with that Ish energy, that Jaguar energy, but know that it is a beautiful time to start something new. And if you're wanting to clear anything away, and then Ish is going to stay with us for that next 13 days. So we're going to have the power of the Jaguar. Let's see. Annette says, I'm working with Baroque Tarot and Energy Archaeology Tarot Oracle. Awesome. Astrid said, I just trimmed mine and edged it in purple. Oh my gosh. I love it when people edge their decks. They're so beautiful. Be the Infinity. Hello, hello. And Susie's like, synchronicity. Oh, Astrid's like, mine, not my. It's okay. It's okay. We understand. Okay. So going on to the herb of the week. Oh, shoot. I have it over there. Okay, well, I'll just talk about it then. Just know that it's not much to look at. So the herb that I have chosen for this week is eyebright, and it kind of just looks like really fine dirt or powder, like it's a brown powder. And eyebright actually is used for people who work with horses. Oftentimes when horses get eye infections or, things going on with their eyeballs, eyebright is used as an eye wash and a treatment. The same can be used for humans. Just make sure that you do your total research first before just throwing, any old powder into your eyeball, right? But on the spiritual level, it's really good for a connection to the third eye. It's really good for psychic awareness and consciousness. So if you're really wanting to open up your psychic abilities, eyebright's really good as a tea, and that's what I had it yesterday as a tea. Also, on the physical level, if you didn't want to use it for anything magical, you could obviously use it for the body as well, and it's really good, like I said, for an eye treatment, an eye wash. Also good for allergies, people with hay fever, any sort of swelling. So it's an anti-inflammatory, is basically what it is, and it's deemed pretty safe. But of course, you always want to check with your local herbalist, check with your intuition, and do your research first. But I like eyebright, and it's I will say, if you're going to have it as a tea, it's very, very earthy. So maybe you might want to mix it with some other things, like maybe some jasmine, which would also connect you to the higher chakras as well. But it's a very earthy tea. But I had it just plain. So okay, let's see. Lisa said, cleansed my cards with an amethyst pendulum, my favorite. Beautiful. Billy, hey, long time no see. Okay, so with all of that in mind, maybe you guys working with the Mayan energies this week, maybe working with some eyebright, we'll see. But let's dive into our forecast. Okay, so gonna bust out Wallies World here and that Northern Animal Tarot. Astrid said, good to know. Thanks. You're very welcome. Annette said, oh, your face is doing better today. I was trying to continue to send like good vibes and healing and trying my best to help pull those little things energetically out of your face. So I'm glad to know you're doing much better. Okay, so let's bust out this Wallies World. And oh, Susie's sending some healing. Good. Let's see what the overall theme is for this week. And by the way, you guys, I'm going to probably going a little bit faster today because we're going to be leaving for Sholo. So, just want to make sure that we have enough time because it takes a while to get up there to go out to the property. Oh, okay. Our card flew out. I'm supposing that's our card. Oh, actually, you know what? It's 2 cards. So I'll just keep the 2. Alrighty. Just put these back in their box. And by the way, if any of you guys are interested in Wallies World, the link is down below. This is actually a deck that was created by me and our lovely community. So it has many images from that I have taken, but also pictures that people in the community have taken of their favorite sacred spaces. Susie's like, that's okay. I have a cleaning day ahead. Ugh. Butterfly said I ended up with 2 cards as well. Really? Yeah, so definitely you guys, let me know if you're pulling the theme cards right now for this week. Do share. But yeah, 2 cards came out, and here are the 2. This is card 64. This is the last card of the deck, and this is all about home, but also about symmetry of balance. You know, you see with the two cars, the two roof pitches, also the two windows. There is another light over here, so there's two lights, everything in balance. And then here is actually not Wally, that's actually Presley, who is in spirit, hence why he is put in gold foil, because he is a little shining light on the other side, just as he was when he was here on Earth. Billy said, excited to hear that the Oak, Ash, and Thorn mini tarot deck is on pre-released August 1st. That is a gorgeous deck, I must say. Susie said, Sacred Beetle Army, you have a mighty shield. Ooh, and speaking of shield, here we have Cactus. Hold on. Excuse me. But here we have Cactus, and it looks like a little heart here. But we know that the cactus uses its thorns actually as a shield. So interesting that Susie had brought that up. Thank you, Susie. Okay, so give me a moment to tap into these. All right, so getting the message right away with these two cards. Just as Susie was talking about shielding, I was getting a very similar message. That this is all about protection, not only of your physical home, but mostly of your vessel. Making sure that you guys are grounding, making sure that you guys have your shields up. Whether you look at your shield like a light bubble, or some people look at it like, you know, Fort Knox, or whatever it may be, it seems like the energies as they've been going are just going to continue to intensify as they have the past several days. And so it's very easy for emotions to go haywire, for energy to become drained, lethargic, feeling overwhelmed, unless we have those shields up. And make sure that you not only just put them up in the morning, but you continue to check in on your shields throughout the day. Making sure, you know, do I still have my bubble? Am I still grounded? Or, you know, like I said, whatever you guys envision for your shield. I myself envision it is a sphere, but it's made up of like a bazillion rotating pyramids, and inside each pyramid is a code that changes every like half second, so, or less than half a second. So it's basically it's in movement, the shield that's around me. And then inside I have two intersecting pyramids that connect at my heart chakra, so that I'm fully connected to my shield, and then I am filled with light as well. So very hard for whatever wanting to get into my shield. I was going to have to crack the code and get past all those pyramids and the lights. But also the pyramids are mirrored, so anything that is trying to look in is only seeing a reflection of itself. So, but anyway, shielding is going to be very important for you guys this week. So just make sure shields are up. Energies are going to be crazy. Not that the energy is bad. It's just, you know, when there's a lot of something, and especially if it's foreign to what we're used to working with, it could throw us for a loop. So just make sure you ground and shield, you know. Let's see. Billy said, it's my soul deck. I got a new tarot book. It's called Wild Child, Let the Tarot Tell Your Story by Jen County and Fiona Lensvet. Ooh, very cool. Very cool. All right, so I'm going to put these little theme cards off to the side just so I can reference them. And let's go ahead and bust out the Northern Animal Tarot. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and this is what you guys can do with the decks that you have, I'm just going to pull 4 cards to get kind of the overall message for this week as it connects to our theme. All right, so I'm going to bust out 4 cards. Let's see how it goes. See if I'm going to read them individually or as a whole. I don't know. We'll see. It's usually just up to my intuition. Okay, 4 cards for this week. 4 cards for this week. What do we have going on this week? What can we expect this week? What is happening this week? All right, we have card 1. We have card 2. Card 3, and last but not least, a card 4. All right, card 4. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay, let me put these back in its cozy little bag here. Okay, I have them just face down at the moment. Let's see. Okay, so card number 1, this is what we have. We have the moon. All right. And if you guys are pulling cards, feel free to share. We also have the Queen of Wands. Oh, I like the little sunflowers. I just saw sunflowers in my best friend's messages. You know, she lives out in Belgium, so we're always connecting through like certain apps, and we decided Viber was giving her a hassle, so now we're on WhatsApp. So, and she was showing me the sunflowers in her sister's garden. All right, and then next we have what looks like a spring, and we have a little snaky there. Susie's loving the moon card. Billy said, too hot and sticky in the UK today, so I'm not touching cards right now. No worries. Liesel got judgment. Okay. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles. And what I love about this deck is it does have extra cards, such as the seasonal cards, like this one being spring. Okay, so give me a moment. Okay, interesting. Okay, oh yeah, let me just, there's like a lot coming in at once. So Susie got the fairy bee, my life is sweet. Oh. Okay, so first 2 cards that stuck out to me are the Queen of Wands and the Moon card. So I was getting that it's a continuation of the downloads that many of us have been getting recently. You know, whether it's something we see in our dream and then we see it manifested, you know, the next day or the day after, you know, in the 3D. Whether it's we're seeing repeating numbers, or all of a sudden we just know something and then we see that thing happen, or, you know, like I said, many people are seeing spirit, or they're seeing, you know, shadows, things are moving around their house. You know, it's like the 3D world has come to life with the convergence of the 4, 5D and beyond. And so with all of this, many people are wanting to take action. You know, like, oh, okay, all right, so now I'm working with this, and oh, that's interesting. And it's like, you know, people diving in. And with that, you know, and Annette and I were talking about people getting scared. You know, how there are people that are really into spirituality, kind of that e-niche of reality, where they are into tarot cards, learning about the self. You know, they know what a higher self is, they know about grounding, they know about shielding and all of this. Yet there are still some things, like when you say you have seen spirit, it's like, ooh, that's spooky. And so I'm kind of getting where it's like this wonderment of like, wow, this is really awesome, but also, whoa, I don't know, maybe this might be too much for me. This might be kind of spooky, you know, kind of scary. But it's not actually scary. You know, nothing can actually harm you physically. So, you know, just keep those shields up. So it is kind of like this springtime that I'm getting of like people awakening their third eye even more, awakening that crown chakra even more, being privy to more than they're used to, and possibly even more than you're comfortable with. So it's kind of a shedding of the old. However, it seems like throughout the week, and by the way, you know, just kind of a remembrance of what I pulled earlier, don't forget to shield, you guys. Shield the physical body, you know, cleanse your space. That it does feel like all of a sudden it comes to a halt later in the week. And that's interesting because we are getting ready to end a Tresena, which means the energy intensifies. So it kind of feels like we just, like it's not too fluid at the moment. Like we get a bunch of information, a bunch of downloads, and then next day, nothing. I got nothing. You know, I'm trying to read my tarot cards, got nothing. Trying to tap into my intuition, it feels like all I hear is crickets. And then the next day, whoa, you know, the whole world opens up again. You know, here we are, multidimensional. And then it's like, boom. So just kind of expect that throughout the week, which is also why it will be great for you guys to ground. Great for you guys to continue to check into your energy, making sure you guys are protecting yourselves, because it feels like it's going to be like you're out in the ethers and then you're face planting back on planet Earth. Out in the ethers, back to planet Earth. So that's kind of a wild ride, and especially it could be very draining. But if you try to keep yourself as grounded as possible, keep your shields up as best you can, perhaps it won't feel as extreme, and maybe you can start to manipulate it, start to decide when you want to receive these downloads, and the intensity at which you receive these downloads. So just know that it's going to be like extreme, either all or nothing this week. So again, grounding is kind of what I'm getting here. But definitely, I do feel this is for a lot of people, that we're going through this kind of rebirth phase. Okay, let's see. Let me go back here to your guys' messages. Susie says, that is a gorgeous deck. Oh, I know, I love this deck. I got it 2 Christmases ago. Astrid said, strength, 4 of Wands, 6 of Swords, and the Emperor. It seems it will be quite grounding with a strength week. Ooh. Billy said, I understand that. I had amazing experiences with spirit with one Reiki healer, but another one, I got a surge of heat and freaked out. She helped ground me and said there was a spirit in the room. Yeah, so it's like, all I can say is ground, ground, ground. Billy said, years ago, but different experiences. Interesting. Be the Infinity said, calm before the storm, or that moment before a roller coaster gains momentum where everybody's kind of going over the crest. I get that. And Susie, sending love to Astrid. Okay. All right, you guys. So, interesting week ahead. Mine, astrologically speaking, just the energy is kind of what's coming out in the cards. And it just feels like that major message is ground, shield, ground, shield. So if you have a lull throughout your day, maybe you're just watching TV or sitting around, or maybe you're cooking dinner or whatever it may be, that might be just a great time to just check in. How are my shields doing? Am I grounded? Okay, quick breather, connect to Gaia, solidify those roots. All right, we're good to go. We continue going. It doesn't need to be a big to-do, obviously. It's just a little check-in. Usually just takes, less than a minute or so. Okay, so with all that in mind, I have my charms here, and I want to bust out the elemental messages. So that's your zodiac sign. So whether you are a fire sign, you got fire in chart, you have water, air, earth, we're going to be diving into that. Okay, so first of all, let me know, what elements are you guys sporting? So let me know where my fire signs at, where's my air signs, my earth signs, and my water signs. Billy says, I'm putting together a charm casting collection. I used a pendulum to ask each item if it was okay with being part of this project. Any that said no, I didn't include. And I loved your idea with that, Billy. That is super cool. All right, so Susie is chilling over there with air and earth. I am over here with air and water. Technically air, air, water. Most of my chart being air. Okay, so while you guys are letting us know your elements within your chart, let's go ahead and start pulling some elements here. Let's go with fire. Let's see, Rachel. Hey, Rachel is fire and water. Liesel is earth, water, water. See, I can't help it, but every time Liesel puts her her elements, I want this to be a song. Earth, water, water. That's what she got. She got earth, water, water. Astrid is earth and fire. All right, so we got some fire babies in the house. All right, fire, what do we have here? Oh, we got a little dino, a little dinosaur. Billy said, exploring dice divination and found interesting video for using Dungeons and Dragons dice sets for storytelling. It was very interesting video. That is a fabulous idea. All right, B is water, earth, air. And that's like, he's so cute. I know, look at him. Okay, fire signs. Let me pop into this one. Susie pulled the frog princess. Heed wise counsel. Listen. We'll listen to these messages for sure. Okay. Let's see what this little dinosaur has to say for our fire signs. Okay, interesting. Okay, I wasn't actually, what came through didn't feel like dinosaur energy, it felt like dragon energy. So when we think of dragons, we think of fire breathing dragons, right? And this being for the fire signs. So with all of the, I would say, fluctuating energy going polarity, like extreme, either it's there, it's not there, it's intense, it's gone, kind of back and forth. There might be this just because there's a lot going on, it might be easier to lose your cool with the people around you. So kind of like blowing fire in their face, a little fire breathing dragon. So just if you're feeling wildly intense about any sort of emotion, whether it's like extreme joy or I'm extremely angry or whatever the extreme is, all of it is that fire. Know that it might be a little intense when you project that extreme joy, sadness, anger, whatever it may be, onto someone else, a little unsuspecting person walking by. So it would be a great time to just look inwards. Where is this intense feeling coming from? Do I really need to share it in this manner? Should I ground first, protect, take a moment, breathe, count to 10, and then share what I'm talking about before I just kind of like all over the place? So just a little FYI for fire signs, just be careful with those intense emotions. Not that you want to block your emotions, that's not it at all, but to recognize them, try to understand what they're trying to tell you, and then talk to your fellow human, or interact with them, instead of it being more of a knee-jerk reaction, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, all right, so that's for our little fire signs. Let's see, Billy said, I'll add a link in the comments after the video if you like. That would be perfect. Thank you, I would love that. Maria is air. Actually, you know what? Speaking of air, let's do that. Let's pull for our air signs. Hello. Okay, air signs, air signs. Ooh, looks like I grabbed one of my story dice. Let's see. Ooh, we have what looks like a little firework here on this dice. So I don't use like the dice like regular die, but I have these little story dice, I guess, sort of. But this is a little firework. So let me tap in and see what this means for our air signs. All right, air signs. I do feel that when it comes to crown chakra downloads, third eye downloads, for the air signs especially, it's going to be like firework city, like kaboom, mind blown, literally. So a lot of mind-blowing things going on for our air signs. But so you don't get caught up in all of the mind-expanding things that are happening for you this week, it'll be really good to, again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, ground yourself, but also to write down your experiences, because it seems like there's going to be so much that many of the messages will be lost because it's just overwhelming. Think of a fireworks show. Usually the only part, like we don't remember the entire fireworks extravaganza. Usually we remember one or two maybe really cool looking fireworks and maybe just the overall gist of the grand finale, but that's about it. And literally fireworks were probably going on for a whole 15 minutes with something being shot in the air. So there's a lot that might have been missed if things aren't written down. In our case with fireworks, we probably take pictures and that helps us remember, but we can't really take pictures of our downloads. So in that case, we do have to write it down. So just a little FYI for the air signs, make sure you guys are journaling, make sure you guys are writing. And if you do draw, maybe you are an artist, painter, whatever, you can also put your downloads into form in that manner if that works for you. But it seems like a whole lot of mind blown for this week. All right. Billy said, Rory's story cubes are in sets of 9 and along different themes. I collect a bunch of them, then started making my own and found the amazing cools with the Dungeons and Dragon dice. Cool. And Susie's like, journal, check. Billy said, resonate with that one. Having a lot of poem downloads at the moment. Very cool, very cool. All right, let's go with earth signs. All right, my earth babies. I saw some little planet Earth there. Let's see what we got going on with Earth. Oh, well. Earth signs has this little regal crown here. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. All right. Yay, little crown. All right, so earth signs. Let me dive into this one. There's actually, I know it's a little blown out, but there's a little jewel in there. Oh, there it is. Susie's like, ooh, crown. Okay, let's see. Okay, earth signs. Just the image I was seeing was kind of funny. Anyway, earth signs with the crown. It feels like many earth signs are really good at commanding their environment, making sure, we know our signs, making sure that, things are neat, tidy, people are doing what they're supposed to, chores are doled out, there's, just a good command of people around them, not bossy, not telling people what to do, but you're really good at delegating, really good at keeping things organized, making sure that events happen on time, really down to earth. However, with the intense energy of this week, it's affecting everybody differently. There might be, with the overwhelm, a tendency, just like I was talking with the fire signs, breathing fire on everybody with their intense emotions because of what they're feeling. With the earth signs, again, feeling some intensity might be a little short with people and might go from, being a benevolent ruler of the land to a crazy tyrant. So be careful with how far you push your reality onto the world around you and the people around you. It could go from gentle guidance and, hey, let's all do this, to, why don't you ever do what I tell you to do? And da 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 da, so just do a crown check. Do a little crown check. The way I'm speaking to people, the way I'm speaking to myself, the way I'm working the environment here, what kind of ruler would I consider myself at this moment? Plus, it's a really good time for you to pause and ground. Yes, even the earth signs. But yeah, just a really good check-in, and it's like, oh, you know what? I kind of feel like I've been really pushy to people. I've been really short with the people around me, and that hasn't been my intention. So maybe I need to rein it in a little bit and kind of decide, where is this intense energy coming from? It's probably happening from outside of you. So maybe I don't want to take what's happening outside of me and place that onto somebody else unnecessarily. Whoops. And then we drop the crown. Let's see. Lisa said crown. Yeah. Tokra, hello. This is Taurus, midheaven here. Oh my goodness. Astrid says, not Luke. I will kill my phone. Like, not Luke. So yeah, Astrid like this. And Tokra was telling Susie, ciao bella. And Maria just did a new design of a bracelet. So right on, very cool. And Lisa was like, I was gonna say tyrant myself. Astrid said, I pulled the emperor. Okay, I will think before I act. Whoa, Whoa, oh my gosh, that is crazy synchronicity there. So what I'm talking about, these synchronicities, dude. Okay, let's go into water. I was like, okay, what element am I missing? Water, which is my rising sign, and a couple of other placements throughout the chart. Okay, so water. Okay, let's see what we have here. Oh, okay. We have Captain America. Captain America. Of course, I'm thinking more of Born in America, but Captain America. I'm thinking of the Godfather of Soul, you know, and James Brown. Made in America. I feel good. Okay, so Captain America for our water signs. Let's see. Susie said, so cool. Nikki, hello, said mine too, rising sign. All right, so let's see what Captain America has for our water signs. Okay, all right, water signs. This is what I'm getting with Captain America. So usually we think of, I don't know if you guys have ever read the comics or you've watched any of the, you know, movies, like the superhero movies. Captain America is seen as like this squeaky clean character, you know, always like doing justice and good in the name of the United States. You know, it doesn't care what planet we're on or what country you're in, we're doing good for the United States. So the message I was getting is we all have the best of intentions when trying to help others, offering advice, our 2 cents, whether it was asked for or not. But with the water signs, it feels like there might be a tendency to place your own core values, moral code. Whoa, my hearing keeps going out in one ear. That's interesting. Onto others, and then being quite perplexed when those other people may not understand where you're coming from. They may not have the exact same moral code as you do. They may not have the exact same core beliefs or background as you. And so having a very well-meaning intentions this week, again, everything is intensified. So you might feel really good about, yeah, you know, I'm gonna speak out and, you know, help this person, or I'm just going to voice my opinion about X, Y, or Z. And then when somebody looks at you like, well, you know, I don't believe that, it could be this intense energy of like, well, then you're now my foe. You're now on the opposite side. You're now against me because you don't believe what I believe. When really it's just opposite of opinions, because we're all humans and we have different beliefs, different core beliefs, different upbringings, different backgrounds. And so there can be common ground found, but if the energy is either you believe where I'm coming from or we can't be friends, then we're going to have some issues this week. So just kind of keep that in mind, my water signs. You know, I know that you're trying to do your best. You're doing things out of the goodness of your heart. But just know not everybody may understand exactly where you're coming from, and everybody may not share that exact same point of view. But that will be great to have an open discussion about things. You know, maybe instead of attacking the person with your words and energy, more let's talk about this. That's very interesting. So where are you coming from on this topic? And then you guys can maybe learn something about each other, maybe agree to disagree, but at least you know more about the world around you and other people around you. So that was just kind of the message coming in there for our water signs. And since I have water in my chart as well, I'm going to also heed that advice. Let's see. Nikki's like, that's America's ass. B said, now I have Captain Planet playing in my head for some reason. Susie said, this is really resonating no matter what element Tara draws. Billy said, I call in my overactive helping gene. Astrid is feeling the same. Nikki said, so true. Billy said, as they say in the Four Agreements, do not make assumptions, ask rather than assume. Hey, and he's got the letter A on his head. Perhaps he is assuming too much. And we know what they say when you assume. Okay. All right, we are going into our special question. So the special question is one that I posted to my YouTube channel. It was 4 questions, and everybody voted on the question they wanted me to pull during the live chat today. I also asked the same question to my YouTube members, and I also asked the same question to my Patreon peeps. So Patreon, YouTube members got a couple of votes because they voted on their platform, but they also got to vote publicly. But let's pull out the deck that I'm going to work with. I'm going to work with the animal allies for that special question, and I'll show you guys the question in just a moment. Just a moment. Okay. Oh, how cute. I was looking at the bottom of the deck. Susie cracking up over there. Okay. Special question. Are you guys ready? What untapped psychic ability is ready to surface? What untapped psychic ability is ready to surface? All right then. Okay, let's go ahead and pull that card. So what untapped psychic ability is ready to surface? And I just realized I left something up on the shelf, but I'll do it after our readings here when we get to our healing. All right. Susie said fun. Nikki's like, yay, animals. I know, I love these. They're so cute, by the way. Like, look at this art. These animals are adorbs. Ah, okay. All right, so what untapped psychic ability is ready to surface? Like I said, this is going to be quite the energetic week. Perhaps you might be receiving downloads in a way that you're not used to, which could also add to the uneasy factor. You know, like for Billy's like hashtag squirrel. You know, like for me, obviously my main ability is my clairvoyance. You know, I see a lot. I see it in my third eye. That's why I close my eyes when I do my channeling, because I need to see things. And yes, Nikki, squirrel is also hashtag Gemini. But I also hear things as well. So like sometimes I'll start to hear music, quotes from movies, and then I start to see the actual movie, like movie lines and stuff in my head. But those are like my main ways. My secondary is I start to feel things, and every once in a blue moon I might have my claircognizance, or I smell like cigar or perfume, you know, things like that. And I know there's many other ways people can intuit the world around them, but you know, if something else came in a way that I wasn't used to, it could probably, and it actually already has, made me a little nervous. So yeah, especially when I see things with my own eyeballs, which I'm not used to it. Not that it doesn't happen, it's just I'm not used to it. And I've been seeing more with my own little peepers, and it's like, whoa, whoa, a little freaky there. But freaky, awesome, I should say. I'm not scared. It's just I'm not used to it. Oh, thank you, Susie. Billy said, I mostly hear stuff, feel stuff, like you say, smell stuff. Okay. All right. So what animal would like to tell us what, for most of us here, what untapped psychic ability is ready to surface? Okay. Looks like we have our animal. I've kept it face down. All right. Lisa has clairsentience as her main strength. Very cool. Oh, we have the turtle. Look at this guy. He's a cutie patootie. Okay, so let me tap into turtle energy and see what he has to say about psychic ability. Interesting. Oh, okay. So this is a really interesting one that's coming through for you guys. I was seeing turtle, you know, as they move kind of slow, unless you're my best friend Steph's turtle, Sam. Sam, she calls a ninja turtle, and she like runs. I've never seen a turtle run, but that turtle runs. Anyway, for the most part, most turtles that aren't Ninja Turtles are slow. And when they feel threatened, they go within their shell. They suck their little head in. They, can, for the most part, some of them can get their arms and legs in. Not all turtles can go inside their shells, but I digress. This is all about moving through portals of energy. So oftentimes when people think of moving through realms or moving through portals, people think we have to physically almost leave this planet. Like we see, like it's a physical place you go to. Like if I went into another room, that's a physical another space. And a lot of people see portals in this way. Like I take my physical body and my physical body goes into another physical space. But a lot of the realms around us are not physical, they're ethereal or simply energetic. Everything on earth is at its core energetic. It's just the density at which things are vibrating create what looks like solid matter, but it's actually not quite solid, and science will back that up. But for many of us, it's going to be easier for us to almost accidentally at first, walk through a portal. And how you know you've walked through a portal is when your physical body is just kind of doing its thing, it's walking to another room, or you're getting in your car or whatever it may be. All of a sudden, when you feel like, whoa, things feel different. Things feel really different. And maybe all of a sudden people are just acting a little bit differently. You start, maybe things just seem out of place. It's almost like you're in a copy of the reality you just left, except there's things that are just slightly different. And then maybe a couple minutes later, or even a few seconds later, you might feel like it goes away. And all of a sudden you're back to where you were. But you literally haven't physically moved. It's just you've sort of stepped through a portal momentarily. I hope I'm making sense to people out there, because I experienced something like this a couple of nights ago, where I was sitting in the bedroom and I happened to glance over, and what looked like a portal. You guys ever seen that movie, Stargate? Where the Stargate, it looks like water, shimmering water, and they walk through the Stargate. Literally, there was a shimmering water orb in my doorway of my bedroom, and it started expanding. But because I wasn't used to seeing something with my physical eyes like that, and it was silent, I couldn't hear anything, but I just saw it look like light shimmering off of water. I was a little taken aback, and I was like, whoa. And once I blinked, it went away. So it's like, for that instant, I was sort of between realms. Even though I hadn't left my bed, I was still on the bed, I was still sitting in bed, but I had entered a space where I could see something that was beyond the 3D, just momentarily. And so I believe that this is a psychic ability many people are coming into, or all of a sudden it's like they're converging with another realm, perhaps momentarily, or maybe it's been lasting for a while, where things just seem a little bit odd or different than we're used to in our 3D realm. And so I don't know how best to explain it, but I've tried. All right, let's see. Let's go back here. Susie's like, coffee is my main strength. Nikki said, the wisdom of the turtle, I love it. Little turtle emojis. Billy's like, turn turtle, literally. Susie's like, yes. B said, Bizarro World experience last week. Dude. And Maria said, OMG, my husband is in Oaxaca and I just asked him for a turtle. Wow. So cool. And Susie said, sounds amazing. Tokara said, yes, I love the Stargate series, all of them. When I close my eyes to breathe deep meditation, I see different colors. My acupuncture doc says I see my chakras. What do you think? Well, if you're looking into the light body and you do indeed see color, I would say that's probably is connected to the chakras. So that's amazeballs. So, hey, we're going to be going through portals this week, or at least not just this week, but kind of as we continue on. So that is fabulous. Okay, I have the magical herb oracle here. And then you guys are in the viewers poll, so you get to vote on which question you would like me to pull cards for. I don't know, I have a couple of unique questions for you guys this week. Okay, so if you are not on your cell phone right now and you don't have access to your emojis, I'm just gonna have you guys either type red heart for the first question or type green heart to vote for the second question. Okay, but if you are next to your cell phone, you do have access to your emojis, just put a red heart emoji if you would like the first question or a green heart emoji if you like the second question. All right, here we go. All right, number one, and I got this question because we're in 8 Lamont, a very abundant day today. What abundance do I already have? I know that we're always looking into the future of what I want. This is what I want to bring in. And yes, 8 Lamont is a great day to bring things in. But what do you already have? What abundance do you already have? And that, when we show gratitude, we bring in more. So, all right. If you like that question, vote with a red heart emoji or just type the words red heart. Thank you, Billy. Billy's, there you go. See, this is why I love Billy on here. She makes everything, she takes my ideas that are all over the place because I'm such an air sign. She gets everything just so nice and neat. Thank you. Number two, or which herb would like to help me on my journey this week? Which herb would like to help me on my journey this week for all my little kitchen witch and my green witches out there? Okay, all right, so those are the questions, you guys. Red heart for what abundance do I already have? Green heart for what herb would like to help you on your journey this week? So red heart, green heart. All right, butterfly is already coming in with the green heart. We're gonna go ahead with our Jeopardy music. I don't know if you guys actually care, but you know, I like to do the Jeopardy music, so. All right, Billy's got a red heart, Liesel's got red heart, Susie's got a green heart, Astrid's got a green heart, Tokra's got a green heart. I feel like Oprah. And you got a green heart, and you got a green heart, and Nikki's got a green heart. Okay, so votes are coming in. Keep the vote going. Do 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 do. Syrian do 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 do. Green heart for her. I just dropped my cards. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. We're going to do a countdown. That didn't quite rhyme. Okay. All right. So countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. We are counted down, Syrian. It's good to see you. Good to see you. All right, so let's do a count up of all of these hearts here. Okay, so we have one. I'm gonna count the green hearts first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, technically 6 if you're doing sign language. All right, and then red was 1. Okay, all right. Billy's like, looks like green for the win. Oh! Okay, so good thing I have my magical herb deck. All right, so which herb would like to help you through your journey this week? Like I said, we're gonna be like, woo, I'm in the ethers, I'm on planet Earth, I'm on the ethers, I'm on planet Earth. Back and forth, a lot of intense energy, which is going to lead to intense emotions, intense reactions. And it doesn't always have to be negative, it's just intense is really all it is. So everything amplified, and also thinking about your personal messages that you guys got with your elemental signs. So, all right, which herb can help us this week? And by the way, if you don't have this particular herb, just know that use what you do have that may have a similar energy. Syrian said, maybe a herb I can put in food or tea. Yes, and actually with the Witch's Moon box that I just received, I did an unboxing. If you guys want to check it out, I did the July unboxing, and it's all about the Kitchen Witch edition, which, pun intended. I am a kitchen witch, which is Awesome. Wishes. Okay, so it's all about, we got a Scott Cunningham Wicca in the Kitchen book, and even though I wouldn't consider myself Wiccan, I'm very eclectic. You know, I have an interesting background, curanderas and abalarios, you know, in my family, and, you know, Native American as well. So I like incorporating magical food, and I like that it is food. Like you're talking about eggplants, which we had last night, which is all about money and prosperity, because, you know, we'd be trying to bring in some extra. But it also talks about spices, it talks about alcoholic beverages, it talks about sweets, and all the different ways we can use it for our magical practice. So, hey. All right, so Billy said 4 heart votes and the green hearts got 6. Oh, okay. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Thank you so much. Susie said, and a wonderful cook, I think. Susie has seen my photos. Well, you know, technically, I'm just experimenting, and James is like my lab rat, sort of. But hey, he hasn't died yet, so he says he loves it. I'm assuming my food is good. Butterfly said, I used the blessing oil from that box on my candle yesterday. Oh my gosh, that blessing oil smells freaking amazeballs. Syrian loves eggplants. Me too. I can't understand why people aren't eggplant fans. Like, there's so much you can do with eggplant, and it's freaking delicious. Lisa loves Scott Cunningham. Me too. Billy's like, not a guinea pig. Oh, well, maybe he's a guinea pig or a lab rat. I don't know. I like guinea pigs. They're cute. Lab rats are cute too, although they shouldn't be in labs. Okay. All right. I have waited too long. Here we go. Let's put those back in their box there. Okay, let's see what herb this is. Marshmallow, compassion, marshmallow flower, which, you know what, I use the root, marshmallow root. Yeah, and this is for compassion. Let me dive into this one and thinking of all the ways you guys could use marshmallow. I know that I have used it in teas, and I haven't really used it in food, but I have used it in teas, and marshmallow has been really good for like people that are healing from something, like they have sore throats. It's really good for inflammation, like bringing down the inflammation. So sore throat, sometimes when you have issues with the stomach, it's really good to bring down the inflammation in your stomach lining, you know, intestines and all of that. But in terms of metaphysical, I do believe it's connected to the heart chakra. So heart chakra healing, also just like if you wanted to put it in spells and things like of that nature. But like I said, let me dive in. Nikki's like, guinea pigs do love to eat. Oh yes, oh yes. Butterfly says, I've got the root too. Maybe I'll tea it up today. Yeah, you know what? I've always mixed maybe marshmallow, and I usually mix it, like if I'm actually doing a healing tea, I mix it with echinacea. I always put rose in like literally everything I make. Oh, you know what? I was talking about eye bright earlier. What if you mix that with eye bright? Mix a little heart with a little third eye magic going on, and if you did put jasmine in there, also third eye goodness, but also heart. That's also good for the heart. Huh, I think good stuff. Like my little like witchy mind is like going, because I love teas. That's like my favorite way to imbibe. Nikki said marshmallow, very interesting. And Susie, definitely gonna put some on a sundae. Yay! It says, I know it's an herb. Sarian said, yes, marshmallow. This makes me smile. And Sue's gonna go out and buy some. Okay, but also, if you guys don't actually have marshmallow laying around, then think of your other healing herbs that are connected to the heart chakra. Like what would you, and use your intuition with this, of course. I mean, you could scour the internet, but oftentimes when I use my herbs, whether I'm using it for magic or physical healing or both, I always go with my intuition first. I will maybe look things up because I do have a plethora of resources, but then it's like I look, I see if it like connects with me, and then I'm like, okay, what if we tweak it this way? Because I need to tweak everything. Astrid said, sounds interesting. Sarian said, I never knew marshmallow is an herb. Yeah, most of the time I'm thinking of like marshmallows, you know? Okay, so let's see. Okay, the reason I feel like marshmallow is coming in for us this week is, remember I was talking about the major message: ground and protect your energy, ground and protect your energy. I feel like I'm an ad for the whatever non-physical world right now. You know how they like repeat themselves in commercials? I feel like I'm a commercial for the metaphysical, like ground and protect your energy, on sale now, buy two, get two, whatever, protective bubbles free. um, but this is all about making sure that your actions are done with compassion. You are speaking with compassion. You are thinking of yourself with compassion, acting around others with compassion, along not just with people, but with animals, with plants. Are you treating your environment with compassion? Because with all the extreme energies we may be feeling, we may also be intensified in our actions, in our words, in our thoughts. And just in the way that we feel about the world around us. We may feel really intense, whether it's positive, negative, neutral, or a mixture of the two. We might be all over the place. And so marshmallow is really good at bringing us back to heart center. This is also really good for grounding, because if we are grounded into our heart, then we remember to put up our shields. We remember to pause before we speak, pause before we think, pause before we dream, things like that. So that the intense energy just doesn't flow through us like we're an open floodgate. All right, so yeah, marshmallow coming in strong. Susie says it smells wonderful too. It actually does. It smells really good. And when it's fresh, like if you've ever had fresh marshmallow, divine. As a root, I would say it's just, I don't know, it's got like a earthy tang. At least to me, it's got like an earthy tang to it, but a fresh, very nice, very nice. Okay, so let's put that down. Okay, I wanted to get into our healing, and I do have my drum with me. Let's see, Billy said, talking of compassion, I saved a bee from a spider web. It was stuck in the web and a spidey zoning in. I flicked the bee out, but it was still covered in web. Took ages to get free, but they flew off safe. Oh, you know what, Billy? I guess we also did something compassionate the other day. I was using the restroom and I was getting ready to leave the bathroom and something moved out of the corner of my eye. I have never seen such a big cockroach in my life, and it was on my counter in my bathroom. And I was like, ah! I like went up against the wall. I was like, I'm not scared of cockroaches. I just think they're gross. And I know that every creature on this planet has its purpose. I know this. And so I was trying so hard to be like, not kill the cockroach. But I was like, James, cockroach, it's big. And I could hear him laughing in the other room. He's like, oh, is it big? And he comes in, he's got like a little paper towel. And then he's like, oh shit, that's big. And I'm like, I told you. I'm like thinking this dinky little paper towel. No. And so he grabbed a cup and he trapped it. And then I gave him a little piece of cardboard, so that we could save it and toss it outside, which he did because he's not scared of bugs. He doesn't care how big or how creepy they are. Like, he loves all insects. For me, I try to love all of nature's creatures. So he was like, do you want to take a look at it? I'm like, no, just go free it or whatever. So, hey, see, I used compassion. I did not murder the cockroach. It's safe. And I was like putting up a barrier around this apartment. I'm like, please do not enter this home again. See, we saved you. Don't come back. All right, thank you. Come again. Not. Let's see. Susie said, Tara, you and James should roast marshmallows and Sholo. Why not? Junk food. Oh, believe us, we do. Billy said, boy, was that an angry bee, but thankfully he didn't take vengeance on me. Well, you know what? Maybe he knew you were trying to help him out. So Susie's like, yuck. Susie's like, they can't live with me. Nope. Billy's like, the things we are scared of. It's like they're holding a huge gun at us, given our reactions. I know it's like the cockroach was like, stick him up, stick him up. I'm like, okay, okay. What do you want? Just take the gold, take the silver. What do you want? Do you want my herbs? What do you want? Just take it all. Oh my gosh. Um, Surian's like, you, I'm not a bug person. B said, live and let live when they are outside. Same thing happened to me with a scorpion last week. Surian's like, even though I'm not a bug, I try avoid stepping on roly-polies. Poor little things. Okay, well, I like roly-polies. They're cute. Billy's like, last year I had loads of ants coming out of a wall in the house. I got a dustpan and brush and collected them and then shook them out in the grass. You know, I've had issues with ants, not here, but like in San Diego. And I found out they don't like cinnamon. So I used to just put cinnamon wherever I knew ants would come in, and then they would just avoid coming in my house. So that way I don't have to like relocate them or kill them or, you know, whatever. So I just try making it like do things, put herbs and spices that they don't like. So a lot of ants don't like spicy stuff and they don't like cinnamon. Actually, a lot of bugs don't like cinnamon. So if you want to like line your windowsills a little bit or your front doors, cinnamon's really good. And actually, maybe I'll do that here, just in case. V said, I try to set a boundary with peppermint and herbal spray. Ooh, that works too. Susie said yes, or eucalyptus oil. Billy said they also don't like walking over a line of chalk. Oh, that's interesting. Maria said, I need to put that around my garden. Sarian said, thank you. Got that tip, cinnamon. And Annette said also cedarwood and lavender. Oh, lavender works really well. And lemon too. Also, if you're growing herbs, you could grow particular herbs near your door, like certain herbs mosquitoes don't like and other bugs. So like if you have those plants near your front door, they just don't come in when you come in the house. So just FYI, lemongrass is really good to keep out mosquitoes. Okay, healing. All right, so let's get to the healing. Like I said, I forgot something over here, so you guys are gonna have to come with me. Here we go. We're moving. Okay, now we're moving back. I got my thing that I needed so that we can do our healing. All right. Ding, ding. And we're back. Tokra said, thanks for the tip. Nikki said, vinegar wipes out the pheromone trails so ants can't find their way anymore and go away. Oh, that's an interesting one. Susie's saying a bunch of great ideas. Serena, love the smell of lemongrass. So yeah, if you want to grow like a little pot of lemongrass and just like put that near your back door or your front door, something like that, even if it's outside, it's just like, you know, good for like as you're walking in the house, you know, stuff won't follow you. So good stuff. Okay, so let's get to our healing. For this one, I want to do it a little bit differently. I just want to get you guys calm and ready. And then I want you guys to focus on how you ground and how you protect your energy. So I'm going to have you do that on your own, but I'm just going to get you nice and centered first. And then have you guys, you know, focus on your intentions. So thinking about all the messages that we got today, which one's actually connected to you. Think about what you want to bring in this week and what you want to release. Because as we bring things in, we got to let something go as well. Annette said, love the vinegar tip. Okay, so, and then I'll just kind of be beating the drum here. So here we go. All right, guys, get nice and cozy. Maybe you want to sit on the floor. I just prefer sitting on the floor, so I have a little towel under my butt. If you want to sit in a chair, you can. A nice cozy couch. If you just want to lay down, that's fine too. But get yourself nice and relaxed. And as you do, if you're laying down, just make sure that you're laying nice and straight, that your spine is as straight as you can make it. And if you're sitting, just make sure that you're, although being relaxed, that your spine is as straight as you can make it, because you want that flow of energy to come in when you're grounding and connecting and doing all of those wonderful things. Okay, so as we are just getting situated, go ahead and release the shoulders. Let the neck become pliable. Feeling relaxation throughout our arms. Those muscles that do so much day in and day out our little forearms, finger muscles, hands, and feeling that release of tension in our core, our legs feeling nice and relaxed. No need for them to do any work at this moment. Relaxing the feet muscles, the toes, bringing your awareness inside. And as you do, let's focus on our breath. And just take notice of how you're breathing at the moment. Is it shallow? Is it deep? Is it rapid? Is it slow? Is it somewhere in between? And where do you feel your breath? Do you feel it in your chest, in your throat, in your stomach, in your solar plexus? Where do you feel that breath? What I'm going to have you guys do now is take a nice deep breath. We're going to do a little bit of box breathing. So I'm going to be counting to 4 as we breathe. And we're going to inhale into the chest, into the lungs, into the diaphragm, and into the stomach. We're going to fill ourselves with life energy completely. Ready? And breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Full exhale, belly button to the spine, and hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Continue breathing in this way. And every time you breathe in, think of that life force energy. There's literally plants and energies on this planet that give you the oxygen you need to breathe. You live because of them. Your breath because of them. And as you focus on that gratitude for that air, let's bring in those intentions. What would you like to bring in this week? And every time you exhale, know that the breath you exhale gives life to other things on this planet. They need your exhale. They need your release. And as you release things that no longer serve you, know that it will be transmuted into life on the other end. Continue your breathing and your intention setting and what you'd like to let go of. For visual, see yourself grounding yourself in the way that works best for you. See yourself protecting your energy, creating that shield around you in whatever way works for you. right, you guys, bring your awareness back. Go ahead and start wiggling the fingers and toes. Go ahead and give yourself a little stretch. If you need to stretch, and if you've had your eyes closed, go ahead and open them back up. Let me go back here. Susie said, my takeaway today is journal, shield, ground, and buy some marshmallow. Love it. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Susie. Nikki said you guys are very welcome. Hope it's effective for you. Kayla, hello, hello. Susie's saying, Goddess Kayla. Next week I won't be in the chat, but sending love and we'll watch it back. Okay, okay. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Like I said, I tried to cut it a little bit short because we're off to Sholo. We just have a little bit more to pack and then we're taking off. But I hope that you guys have a wonderful week. And before I go, if anybody did want me to pull a card, I could do that really quick, you know, using my best friend's deck, using the super chats or super stickers. But yeah, let's see. Kayla said, I sent a PayPal for Eco. Okay, all right. Billy said, bless you. Thank you so much. Sending love and light and gratitude to you all. Thank you, Billy, for hanging out with us today, and all of our friends that we haven't seen in a while, and all of our friends that we do see every week. So thank you, thank you. Okay, so let's get to Kayla. And again, if anybody else would like a reading, I'm going to bust out my best friend's deck here. We could just do super chats or super stickers. Kayla does the PayPal me, so if you want to do that, the link for PayPal me is down below. Just let me know, and then I'll pull a card for you, and then I will be on my merry way. I'll close out our circle, do our gratitudes. Okay, so Kayla was wondering about Eco, which, by the way, she made some delicious treats. She shared with me some of those baked goods that she made, and the Eco is right by your side. I think that is fabulous, and they look delicious. Like, I wish I could have had one. Susie said safe travels. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. Lisa says, have a great trip. Have a really fab week, peeps. Same to you guys. Same to you. All right. Let's tap into Eco's energy. Okay, Kayla, I just had to laugh because your dog is being really silly right now. It's like, by the way, when I do readings for people, when I end up doing readings for people more than once, and like I, you know, get to know the energy that I keep tapping into, like I'm pretty familiar with Eco's energy now because, you know, I've tapped into him so many times. And so it's just more clear what I see and the messages. And this silly thing where he's like spinning in a circle, like he's disoriented, but then he's not. He's like laughing, like how dogs laugh, kind of like tongue all hanging out and all that stuff, but just like being silly, like almost chasing his own tail. Just kind of being a goofball. It was just kind of funny. Just watching him like go around a circle, be like, whoa, where am I? Okay. Back in the circle. Whoa, where am I? Okay. It was just kind of cute. Okay. Eco, what message do you have for Kayla? Okay, I have the card, but I just want to... Okay, so Eco was talking about what he was actually doing. I guess he was being silly, but there was a message in what he was doing. That when he turns himself around in a circle, he gets really disoriented. It's not scary. He's just like, whoa, where am I? And in his case, he was trying to be silly, but he was trying to talk about like you and your energy, that sometimes you get so swept up in the focus of what you're doing that everything else kind of gets pushed out to the side and becomes like this sole focus. And it's like you're so into something, you know, whether it's a project or something that you're working on or something that you're reading, and everything else is like, you know, kind of out of your zone, and you're like in it, And then when you pop your head back up, it's like, whoa, it's like the world just passed me by. Like, what happened here? Like you've had your nose in the book for so long, or you've been like so into this particular thing that you're doing that you haven't really noticed anything else happening around you. And so Eco is just reminding you that when you feel like you're getting that laser focus, although it's good at times to have that laser focus, especially if you're playing the game Operation or you're doing brain surgery, yes, we need to have that laser focus. But just make sure that whatever it is that you're doing isn't so all-consuming that you've lost the awareness of your environment and things going on around you. Eco's like there's always messages being given to you, but you have to make sure that you're open to them. So yes, you can be focusing on something, but just make sure that you're not putting everything into that and you forget that where you are and that there are people around you and that there's a world going on around you. And he was just mentioning this more for your mental health. And I think that's a good message for a lot of us, especially me being an air sign. I tend to put all of my mental efforts into something and it's like almost like a horse blinders on and I don't see anything else. And then it's like when I pop my head up, I'm like, what happened? Where am I? Okay, so let's take a look at the card that was pulled. And oh, Kayla said that, oh, the treats were yummy. And Billy said, how are things going with the property? You've been out of the loop for a long time. It's going good. Got the septic put in and everything. And so now just try to find a house. And Kayla said, yes. Okay, so the card that you got, Kayla, was friendship. And here we have these kind of beautiful stalks of grass there. Okay, so let me see how this connects. Oh, Eco was talking about your friends, like literal friendship. To not feel that there are certain things that only you can do and only you can do on your own. Perhaps there are solo projects that you do, but again, not to allow yourself to become so immersed in it that you forget to have an outlet, you know, to talk to your friends about what's going on and how the progress is. Like, let's say, for instance, I don't know, you're building a Lego thing, a little Lego castle. You know, I'm just saying a fun, for instance, like let's say you're building a little Lego castle and there's nobody at your house to help you. So you're laser focused on building this little castle and you're getting really frustrated because the little drawbridge just isn't working right in this little Lego set. Eco's like at that point, that's when you're going to raise your head up, be like, it's break time. And go maybe call a friend, bring a friend over that could offer maybe some help to help you build your little Lego castle. But also just being able to talk about what's going on and then they get to offer their points of view kind of gives you a fresh take on things so that when you go back to that project, you feel more revitalized. You can see things a lot differently from a broader perspective instead of being just kind of in it. So Eco is encouraging you to make sure that you continue to communicate with your friends in the outside world instead of allowing yourself to get so wrapped up in something that you forget that, you know, other things are going on and that it would be really good for you, your mental health, and your energy to communicate those things with other people. And also, it just makes you feel fresh. You just feel better when you go back to the project instead of getting so frustrated and so bent out of shape because, you know, something isn't working. And oftentimes that's when we need a mental break. So your friends, don't forget about your friends. Susie said, woo woo. And Billy said, this is pampas grass. Yes. And Susie said, beautiful message for Kayla. And sending much love to everyone. So yay! All right. So thank you. I hope, Kayla, I hope this connects with you. Okay, so I was just waiting for Eco's energy to leave, and he did this thing where, like, he jumped up and did like a quick lick of my nose, but before I could like go pet him, ran off again. So. Kayla's like, this all makes sense. Thank you. You're very welcome. And thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for hanging out in the chat, commenting, pulling cards. I appreciate all of you guys. Let's go ahead and close up that circle. So we have our little candle from earlier. Why don't you guys go ahead and make a wish for this week? Ready? 1, 2, 3. And so it is. All right, so let's close up that circle using my little mosasaur from earlier. And thanking the elementals of the north for helping us to cast our circle today. Thank you, elementals of the west, for helping us to cast our circle today. Thank you, elementals of the south, for helping us to cast our circle today. Thank you, elementals of the east, for helping us to cast our circle today. The circle is closed, but a circle still remains. As above, so below, as within, so without. Merry meet, merry part, merry do meet again. And so it is. All right, you guys, thank you. Again, thank you to everybody who came in today. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed to this channel. And if you are not, please consider subscribing. And if you dug this live chat today, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, perhaps share it with your friends. And I also want to give a shout out to all of my patrons. So thank you to Michelle, to Syrian, to Brandy, B, Samara, Kirsten, Jason, Charles, Kayla, and Brian. Thank you all so much. And my YouTube members, Susie, Liesel, Heather, and Kayla. Thank you guys so very much. I really do appreciate it, and I love hanging out with you guys. So I'll see you next Sunday. All right, catch you later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. Bye, guys.